which is the key of time management. And under that heading, I also share with you some principle of time management. And I share with you two basic principles majorly. The first one is that you should value effectiveness above efficiency. That if you want to manage your time well, it's not so much about how many things you have done or accomplished, but how well you do them. Efficiency focuses on numbers, quantity, while effectiveness focuses on quality. And the second thing that I share with you on the principle of time management is that you should value things that are important above things that are urgent. Value importance above urgency. In other words, you must be able to know that things that are urgent have no respect for your set out goal for the day. It's like, I want you to do me and it must be done now. On the other hand, important things are things that are in line with your goal. They are in agreement with your set goals and objective for the day. So both of them will come knocking on your door. You must be able to ask yourself, the thing that I set out to achieve today or to accomplish today, which one will help me tilt towards it more? Of course, it doesn't mean you will not be flexible, but that should not be the norm. You should always do things that will move you towards your goal. This is one of the ways to prosper under lockdown, under the principle of time management. Now, tonight, I want to share another important secret with you on how to prosper under lockdown. Now, what I'm about to share with you is that you must pay the price. There is a price to pay. See, greatness is not free. Greatness has a price tag. That is why not everybody can be great in life. Have you ever wondered why the top of the pyramid looks so small, looks so thin, and the bottom is so big? Because the top is not meant for everybody. It's not everybody that is meant to be at the top. So that is why there are few spaces for people to get to the top. Only few spaces at the top. So for you to get to the top, you must have paid the price. So there is a price to pay. 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 13 says, endure hardness as a good soldier of Christ. Endure hardness as a good soldier of Christ. In other words, the word of God is saying to us as children of God that we are soldiers of Christ. And that one of the things that every good soldier is trained to endure is hardness. Hardly will you see a soldier with a particular type of body fat. You would doubt whether the person is a soldier at all. If you're a soldier, you must keep fit. In fact, it is said an average soldier can do about 40 press-ups within a minute. 40 press-ups within a minute. Non-stop. Why? Because fitness is required to be a soldier. So there is a price to pay for greatness. And I'm going under this lockdown, you can pay some of those prices. In fact, nature or God will have it. Some of us are being forced to pay that price right now. So there are two prices I want to share with you that must be paid if you want to prosper under lockdown. Number one is the price of isolation. Is the price of isolation. The Bible said that through desire, a man separates himself and intermeddle with all wisdom. Separate himself, isolate himself. Well, you must know that the price of isolation with respect to prospering and becoming a great person in life is not negotiable. There is no great person who did not pay the price of isolation. And under this lockdown, you must endeavor to pay that price of isolation. Now you are in lockdown, but you are still mingling around, chatting and talking with neighbor, even though you are not going to work. That is not the way to go. The price of isolation is not negotiable. You must pay the price. I will give you 4 people that paid the price, about 5 of them. Number 1, Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was just fighting in the ANC in his days. But even though it looked as though it was a disadvantage when he was put in prison in Robben Island, but for 27 good years, he was isolated from his environment, from his normal friend. His lifestyle changed. But do you know that was where he built the virtue of becoming a president? Nelson Mandela is the only African president that is celebrated all around the world. Now the United Nations also declared a day for him, Nelson Mandela Day. Why? Because by the time he came out of that prison, instead of becoming bitter, he had learned skills. He had acquired the necessary leadership skills to lead the nation and the world at large. Right now, what are you doing under your lockdown? Or are you isolating yourself? The other person is Bill Gates. Now, I had to bring up these people, even though they are none of them are professing Christians.